Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I definitely want to talk about these two stories. The rapper Cardi B threatening to sue YouTuber Storm Monroe over some information that he was given. And as well, Linda Mathis, wife of Judge Greg Mathis, she has filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. I want to get into both of these topics because the Mathises, they were married for nearly 40 years. And Cardi B, when she does stuff like this, it could affect me. So let's get into it all. Now, before we do, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. You knew I was going to ask that, right? Then YouTube will push this video out through its algorithm, recommending it to more people who enjoy discussing various topics surrounding celebrities, celebrity gossip. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you as one of the showstoppers, excuse me. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I grabbed these screenshots this morning before I logged in for work. I'm so glad that I did because Storm seems to have removed the post from his Instagram. So this was a DM that Cardi B sent to him, and then he exposed it on his Instagram page. So something told me early this morning to go ahead and grab the screenshots, and I'm so glad that I did, because I was thinking tonight, you know what, I'll just stream it from his Instagram. But he deleted the post. And I can't blame him. Perhaps he just wants a clean break from this entire situation. But I just checked his YouTube channel. He still has the video that's titled, "This is why Cardi B wants to sue me, the weirdest legal drama ever." So that's the title of his video. Also, if you want some hilarious commentary on it, check out Conscious TV. He had me gagging. I was laughing so hard before I logged in for work because he's like, Cardi is suing Storm so that he can twin with his former mentor, Tasha K. So I'm going to explain that. I'm going to talk about that because I really think that it's unfair to us content creators, to always be threatened with lawsuits, because you don't like something being said. Okay, so Storm Monroe, he spilled some tea. We've all heard allegedly Cardi B and Offset are divorcing. And there's rumors about, another young lady being with child. And allegedly it was said that Cardi B tried to give said mistress some money to do something with, a deletion, if you will. And I'm just repeating what has been said to be rumors. And also allegedly there was a fight between the rapper and her mother-in-law. And that was the tea that was spilled that triggered Cardi. Then allegedly Storm Monroe received this DM. So this was his original video. And it's titled "Exclusive. Offset's mother fought Cardi B in their Atlanta home." And then Cardi B sent him this DM: "The way I'm gonna sue your ass, that story you made up for you to say I offered to pay anybody for a deletion and say that me and Offset mom put hands on each other is crazy. I would never," let me go back. "I would never," let me go to the next slide for you all. "I would never disrespect my kid's grandmother or put my hands on someone's mom. That's not even her character or mine. Then to claim that I'm paying someone to take is insane. You will be getting a lawsuit your way." So then Storm Monroe shared the DM, and then, people reported on it. Now, I want to say that he is not the only content creator that has commented on this story. And then when you even, because I Googled, her name, fights, mother-in-law, mom, Offset's mom. There's like TikTok videos, there's other content creators the past couple of months talking about Cardi allegedly throwing subliminals towards her mother-in-law. So definitely this whole neighborhood that Storm was in and reporting about the fight, there's other bloggers in that same neighborhood. It's not just him. So even like Conscious TV, he posed the question, why would Storm get targeted if other content creators are also reporting about issues between Offset's mom and Cardi? Obviously, the one thing that stands out is that Storm Monroe is the former mentee of blogger Tasha K. And we all know that Cardi B sued and won against Tasha K after allegedly it was said that, Cardi B was a former prostitute and had an STD. So I do feel like Cardi may be feeling a little overzealous because she won her lawsuit against Tasha K. It was for nearly $4 million. And since then, Tasha has started a comedy tour. She has both income from her website as well as YouTube. I think she's trying to do as much as she can to both stay afloat as well as make payments to Cardi. I do think that she is making some sort of regular payments to Cardi. I'm sure something kind of keeps her from being in default. That would be my guess. Right. So, but if you won a nearly $4 million lawsuit and then you see this guy that was once affiliated with the person whom you sued, yeah, I bet you would feel very comfortable sending such a DM. But what I do want to say is that, I've said this ever since we've known about the lawsuit between Cardi B and Tasha K. Celebrities, especially high profile celebrities, they were always the, butt of jokes. They were always on the cover of all of the tabloid magazines that you would see at the supermarket in the checkout line. This is definitely nothing new. I'm not saying that it was okay or no big deal for the things that Tasha K said about Cardi that were not true, but it's definitely nothing new under the sun, okay? Growing up, if I would be at the grocery store with my mom, Whitney Houston, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jackson, they were always on the cover of the tabloids and they would say crazy things. They would call Michael Jackson Jacko and say, oh, he's collecting elephant bones, and talk about Whitney and her habit, talk about Oprah and her weight. They dealt with a lot. Cardi B is certainly not the first celebrity to have crazy stories ran about her. And so I just feel like with us content creators, whenever we share our opinion, if it's not favorable about someone, they threaten to remove your channel, they threaten to strike your video, or worse, they may threaten with a lawsuit. And Storm, he roasts people, he's hilarious, he's funny, but he never comes off malicious. And in my opinion, I don't think he's ever just flat out saying crazy, untrue stories about people. I don't think that he positions himself to get hit with a nearly $4 million lawsuit. So, I just feel like this DM, it's so threatening. And, now we're in a day and age where the celebrities are on the same types of social media as their fans and as the bloggers, the content creators are. So yeah, they are just a device and a couple clicks away from, threatening you, obviously. But I feel like those big, big special stars, the Whitney Houstons of the world, the Michael Jacksons, I think that they probably dealt with the embarrassment and the anger in a more private manner. And they just went right back into the studio and recorded more music and headlined more huge world tours. There were people in the comment section saying like, she has a lot of time on her hands to send a blogger a DM, like make an album. That was a lot of the people's feedback. And so when I think of how she reacts to bloggers, versus the celebrities when I was growing up, it just seems like a huge difference. And I'll always say that. I've been saying that for a long time. But that is my opinion on that. And then I want to go ahead and share my screen because we have to talk about Linda Mathis, wife of Judge Greg Mathis, filing for divorce. Okay, so there's always these pop-ups. That's how websites make their money off of advertisements, just like here on YouTube, but on a website it's going to be pop-ups. But in any event, so this is coming from page 6. Judge Mathis's wife Linda files for divorce after 39 years of marriage. That is a very long time. They are a beautiful couple, and she has cited irreconcilable differences as the cause of the split. She just filed just yesterday, August 22nd. She's 61 years old, and she listed on paper that the separation date was July 17th. Now, do I feel like beginning on July 17th, that's when she said, I've had it, I got to get away from this Negro? No, I don't think after sharing children and grandchildren and being married for like a few dozen years, I don't think that a month and a half ago was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't even think that it was a few months or several months of leading to the separation. I think that it was some years. I think that it was like several years, and I want to get into all of it. I want to talk about my focus on this story is the changes that a woman goes through. We change, really, people, period. And you should change. You know, I've been told by family members, I ain't gonna change. And I remember Nene Leak said that I ain't gonna change. And that's sad. If you never learn anything new, if you never learn a new perspective, a new way to see something, a new way to deal with things, new interest, if you never change, if you ain't gonna change, that's pretty pathetic, because there's so much to life and you kind of limit yourself when you are that closed-minded. So I feel like it's one thing, like I've stood up in a wedding where like the next year they were separated. It's one thing like when people are married for a few years and they file for divorce. When you're married like for 39 years, in my opinion, that is like a result of an internal change. Like she has changed, Mrs. Linda Mathis, and now the woman she is today, you know, she's just not with the marriage anymore. Do I know what has happened in their relationship? Of course not. I do not. But, you know, some might pose the question, well, if there were problems, you know, obviously she was dealing with it, rolling with the punches, because they've been married for 39 years. Why divorce now? So again, like if there's an internal change taking place, the woman she is today just ain't with it. Now, I've watched a few videos about it. Shout out to Pam, the Law Intellect. She broke the story last night of Linda Mathis filing. Chronicle Speaks, an amazing content creator. She made a video on it as well. And I believe I watched like Kempire and someone else. And I'm saying all this to say, in one of those videos, in the comment section, a woman said, as someone who's been married for 30 years, when a man is younger, he will play games and do his dirt. But once he's older and not the same, now he wants to be faithful. Now he wants to be respectful. And by that time, the woman is tired. So they're like on two different pages. I'm not saying that that is the case for every single marriage where people have been married for 39 years or 30 years, but she just gave a scenario, you know, if there were some problems in the marriage, you know, now he's older, he may want to act right, but she's over it. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that I want to talk about is, especially when you grow up in a traditional setting with traditional parents, gender roles, The man is the head of the house and you're raised in church. Like, it can make you be a people pleaser. I've said this on other videos before. That's kind of like the downside to traditionalists and how they raise their kids. It can turn you into a people pleaser. You compound that with growing up in a Christian home and you're going to like church all the time, and then those they asking you questions and judging you as well. It molds you into this people pleaser. And then there's like the gift of hitting 40 years old and just not giving a fuck, okay? And you're going to be your authentic self. You're going to lock your hair. You're going to, do what makes you comfortable and happy. And when you shed that people pleasing layer, you change so much. And then you may realize, perhaps, I married this guy because it was what my parents told me to do, or I stayed in this marriage because they told me that I had to because I had children. I've been doing everything for other people. What do I want? What does Linda want? Also, I made a video earlier tonight about Wanda, former cast member of Love and Marriage Huntsville. She went live on her Instagram page today, and briefly she said, people who say it don't matter if you got a man, they ain't got a man, they ain't got one. Having a man is everything. I'm paraphrasing. So when you have that mentality and then you change it, and then you get rid of that mentality, you may not be into the marriage. It could be an internal change. But I also very much so think that this was something that she's been feeling for a few years now. You never know. She may have been ready to dip in early 2020, and then Carnival 19 happened. And then they were forced to quarantine together. She may have been ready to dip for 4 or 5 years now. And then she waited after Carnival 19 and they filmed their reality TV show. That may have put a pause on her plans. She may have been unhappy for like several years now. And that's unfair to anyone to be unhappy for that long. She's always had a companion. She's 61. She was 22 when they got married. 22 is so young, but 61, she's a baby boomer. And so, they were definitely told to get married and have kids. And so that's what she knew. Even at 22 to get married, that seems so young. Like, you have no experience with like paying bills every month. If you went to college and you lived like in the college dorms, and then at 22 you're supposed to get married, or if you've been working but you've been living with your parents, you don't have any experience with running a household and money management, let alone, sexual experience, and now you're going to get married. You know what I'm saying? So that's so young. And now that she's always had a companion, always had a spouse, always lived with people, now in her early 60s, Linda gets a brand new life. And she can really grab hold of it. She can really embrace solitude, learn how to take herself out on dates. She may already do that. She may already kick it alone and go on vacations by herself, go to concerts by herself, and then just really experience what that is like. Because to be with someone for 40 years and then now she's filing for divorce, that says a lot. But she will be okay. Even if she has to get used to doing things alone, it's not a big deal. As long as she gives herself a chance and she tries, she goes to that restaurant, go see that movie, go on that vacation, go on that concert, she will definitely be fine. So I have positive vibes for her 100%. But they share children together. They have 4 adult kids. We know that their son to the left of Judge Mathis, he is getting married to his boyfriend. And I watched like the video promotion of their engagement on YouTube. beautiful. And there's photos of them. People magazine has the exclusive, and it's photos of them on the beach with their dogs. Oh my gosh, gorgeous pictures, gorgeous engagement pictures. And this is a scene from their reality TV show on the Entertainment Channel. So we'll definitely have to see, as this unfolds. Um, as this morning, as I was logged in for work, I did briefly check Judge Mathis's Instagram page. He had not released a statement. His most recent post was this week, where he was wishing his granddaughter, Nora, a happy birthday. So we have to see if we're going to hear any more statements, or if Miss Linda Mathis does any interviews. She may not. She may just want to try her best on a clean break and just move on with her life. And I was in my 20s when the singer Patti LaBelle divorced her husband, who I believe was her manager at one point, and they had been married for like a couple dozen years. Now, when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh my gosh, she's throwing her marriage away after so long. Why? I wonder, why would you want to divorce after so long? Might as well just stay married. I thought that way. But now I'm like, no wonder what the person may have been dealing with, the person who filed for divorce. And then if you're going through that people pleasing period where you feel like you have to stay married and that's what people are telling you to do, then once you shed that, you're going to live life for yourself. So I have a totally different response to this now that I am older, and I love it. So I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please give your thoughts on, when someone decides to file for divorce after being married 20, 30, 40 years. Do you think that they've gone through an internal change? Do you think that they just got fed up with the bull? And what do you think about Cardi B sending blogger Storm Monroe that DM? And I hope that you all are having a great start to the weekend. I'm excited because next weekend will be a long weekend for Labor Day. It's already here. And so that means next weekend, the cider mills will open back up. I love that for the fall. Cider and cider slushes. And here in Michigan, up north, we have like places that make the fudge. And they even come down here to the cider mills and they sell it. So that's like fudge, cinnamon donuts, cider. Very nice. I can't wait. So I will talk with you all soon, and take good care. Bye.